The long history of anti-Semitism and conspiracy theories against the Jews. Anti-Semitism is one of the oldest and most persistent forms of hatred in human history. From the ancient world to modern times, the Jewish people have been targeted not only with violence and exclusion, but also with conspiracy theories portraying them as threats to the societies around them. These accusations, whether of disloyalty, subversion, or world domination, have often lacked any basis in truth, but have nevertheless fueled persecution, massacres, and systemic discrimination. First, let's examine the ancient roots of conspiracy and hatred against the Jews. The Bible itself records some of the earliest examples of conspiratorial accusations against the Jewish people. When the Jews returned from Babylonian exile under the decree of King Cyrus, Ezra 2:2, their enemies immediately accused them of plotting rebellion against the Persian Empire. Ezra 4:12-16 records their words. The king should know that the people who came up to us from you have gone to Jerusalem and are rebuilding that rebellious and wicked city. They are restoring the walls and repairing the foundations. Furthermore, the king should know that if this city is built and its walls are restored, no more taxes, tribute, or duty will be paid, and eventually the royal revenues will suffer. Here, Jerusalem is labeled a rebellious and wicked city, and the return of the Jews is framed as a political and economic threat to the empire. This accusation is not based on actual rebellion, but on suspicion and fear of Jewish restoration. It is one of the earliest examples of a political conspiracy theory aimed at undermining Jewish survival and sovereignty. Next, let's examine a few medieval conspiracy theories. As Jewish communities spread through Europe in the Middle Ages, anti-Semitism found new expressions. Jews were often confined to ghettos, restricted in professions, and marked as outsiders. Conspiracies soon developed. Number 1. The blood libels of the 12th century and onward. Jews were accused of murdering Christian children for ritual purposes, an entirely baseless claim that led to pogroms and massacres. Number 2. Well poisoning, 14th century. During the Black Death, Jews were accused of poisoning wells, despite suffering equally from the plague themselves. Number 3. Economic conspiracies. Because Jews were often restricted to money lending due to Christian prohibitions on usury, they became associated with banking and finance. Over time, this necessary economic role was twisted into the myth that Jews secretly controlled wealth and manipulated nations. These accusations built a perception of Jews as a dangerous, hidden hand, undermining nations from within. Paralleling the accusations in Ezra's time that rebuilding Jerusalem threatened imperial power. Let's examine modern anti-Semitism and global conspiracies we see today. In the modern era, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories evolved to match new political and social anxieties. Number 1. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion in 1903. This Russian forgery claimed to reveal a secret Jewish plot to control the world through finance, media, and politics. Though proven fraudulent, it became one of the most influential anti-Semitic texts, cited by anti-Semites across Europe and the Middle East. Number 2. Nazi Germany. Adolf Hitler and the Nazis drew heavily on these conspiracies. Jews were depicted as both capitalist bankers controlling international finance or communist revolutionaries plotting to overthrow nations. A contradictory but potent narrative. This dual conspiracy helped justify the Holocaust, the systematic murder of 6 million Jews, as an act of defense against supposed Jewish global control. The Nazi campaign was, in essence, a modernized version of the accusation in Ezra. Jews were portrayed as a rebellious, corrupting force that endangered empires and must therefore be destroyed. Let's see how this all fits with the Jews today and their returning to Israel with these modern parallels. In 1948, after the horrors of the Holocaust, the Jewish people returned to their ancestral homeland with the establishment of the State of Israel. This modern restoration echoes the return from Babylonian exile in Ezra's time. Yet once again, conspiracy theories quickly emerged. Number 1. Political accusations. Just as in Ezra 4, Israel is accused of being a rebellious and wicked or immoral state, destabilizing the Middle East and threatening global peace. Number 2. Economic accusations. Echoing medieval and modern myths, claims persist that Jews in Israel control world finance, media, or governments, and starting wars for profit. Number 3. Delegitimization in media. International forums and media outlets such as Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens often single out Israel disproportionately, framing it as a unique threat to world order. As in Ezra's time, the Jewish people's effort to rebuild Jerusalem and restore sovereignty is met with hostility, suspicion, and accusations of hidden plots. The persistence of such narratives reveals a biblical pattern. Whenever Jews return to their land or prosper in the world, conspiracy theories arise to delegitimize them, just as it has always been. Conclusion: the biblical pattern of anti-Semitic conspiracies. From Ezra's day to the Middle Ages, from the Nazis to the modern era, the accusations remain strikingly consistent. Jews are portrayed as rebels against empires, manipulators of economies, or secret controllers of world events, or even creators of warfare. Yet these conspiracy theories are not grounded in truth. They serve as projections of fear, resentment, and scapegoating. In fact, these anti-Semitic conspiracy theories are spiritual cancer. The biblical account in Ezra shows that these narratives are not new. They are part of a recurring pattern in history. When the Jewish people rise, restore, or return, the world's powers accuse them of conspiracy and rebellion. Today, as Israel thrives and Jerusalem is being restored, the same accusations resurface on the world stage. Anti-Semitism, in its ancient and modern forms, remains a persistent echo of the conspiracies first recorded in Scripture.